1 out of 7 people will move this year. A sizable portion of these moves will go into storage for various reasons. As with moving trucks, a customer's belongings need to be packed accordingly. The storage handled by professional carriers generally falls into 2 categories: storage in transit, or SIT, which generally means 30 to 90 days of storage, and permanent or PERM storage, usually referring to long-term storage. Sometimes SIT can convert to permanent storage if it exceeds a fixed time period. PERM storage is generally charged at a lower rate and offers a saving to customers after 90 to 120 days in most states. Carriers containerize their storage for security and ease of handling. These containers are usually referred to as vaults or storage pallets. Once loaded, vaults are handled strictly by forklift and are often delivered out directly via flatbed or other suitable vehicles. Most agents maintain standard-sized vaults with fixed dimensions. There may be a limited number of containers with different heights, and there may be storage of other types with different containers such as pods or SmartMove products. Traditionally, standard vaults are stacked 3 high in a row 4 to 5 stacks deep. Larger carriers may go higher, which creates an even greater need for balancing vaults and identifying heavy vaults. See operations for specific rules. We are going to discuss vaulting storage basics in regards to vaulting storage that most agents will follow. Although many skills taught in the basic packer and mover can apply to vaulting, there are unique elements to this form of working with customers' items that need to be taken into account. Some have, with dire consequences, tried to apply the same methods across the board. Vaulting or containerizing storage is a specific skill that not all agents perform, and thus not all new employees from those agencies may be aware of the requirements of any particular agent or warehouse manager. New employees should be supervised from the outset to verify their skills and understanding of procedures for handling storage. As one prepares to vault a shipment, the warehouse person will usually place a specific number of vaults based on the weight of the order. Most commonly, this is 1 vault for every 1,000 pounds. It is not uncommon to come across some vaults in minor need of repairs. These repairs might include nails or staples loose in the floor, or missing clips along vault edges. A more serious repair would be the runners or the feet of the pallet base that have been torn off or are loose. All these repairs should be performed prior to loading. Failure to address these issues early could cause damage to furniture on the floor of the vault. Vaults may come apart mid-air as they are being stacked without proper clips. Vaults may also be unstable without the proper runner or block feet support. If you are unsure of any situation regarding your vault, see your warehouse person. Vaults can be replaced. Don't load one that is unsafe and has to be emptied and reloaded. Extra handling can lead to additional claims. Prior to loading, walk completely around your shipment. It should be stacked in rows with aisles, allowing you to see through and visualize your load order. Find out where your shipment starts and ends. Peak season may force other load orders to be side by side. There should be a dividing line to separate orders. Again, if you are unsure, see your warehouse person. Whatever you do, do not mix orders together. Inspect your shipment. How much furniture do you have? Are there large amounts of cartons? Are there appliances? Does your warehouse service refrigerators with desiccant? How many mattress cartons are there? Is there a piano? Are any cartons wet or crushed? Is there any box listed for a second stop, an apartment perhaps? It would be best to plan out the first 3 to 4 vaults you will be loading. For instance, the piano and mattress cartons can go in one vault, the appliance in another. You could put the dressers, nightstands, kitchen chairs, and dining room chairs in a third one. The fourth could take the table saw, the radial arm saw, and the lawnmower. Your order might be as large as 10 vaults. It would be smart to designate all major furniture items prior to loading. This is especially helpful when you have more than one person loading these shipments. Don't fight over pieces for your vault. A little planning goes a long way in streamlining the load process. Get nosy. Loading storage is similar to all other loading in that you want to load the furniture first, the boxes last. Vaults are traditionally 5 to 6 feet wide and approximately 7 feet deep and 7 feet tall. This will affect your load style, as long base pieces will go in the vault from front to back, not side to side. For instance, when loading mattress cartons, load them from front to back, using them to sandwich high-dollar flat items like dining room tabletops, as well as head and footboards. Load larger items on top of these, as long as you don't cram them in. If loading long, narrow items, load them perpendicular or across the top of the mats. Try to keep all of the front to rear load items in as few vaults as possible, as they can make your loads more challenging. All vaults must look flush at the front and be balanced for safe handling. Know your order before you start. Know your warehouse person procedures for overflow items. Standard pads used in moving may be different than what is used in the warehouse for vaulting. Most agents will use a lighter weight pad, which may be significantly smaller than the standard moving pad, requiring more pads to cover the furniture adequately. Some agents may use paper pads for vaulting. This style of wrapping might change the way you load, requiring you to layer your tiers with cartons in between furniture to act as cushion between the layers. Pad types can also affect tape usage. You only want to use enough tape to hold the pad on your furniture for a brief period of time. Excessive use of tape can tear up thin pads when tape is removed at the delivery. Try not to mummify the furniture. It all has to come off sooner or later. It is important to keep in mind that different agents will have different pad requirements for all non-carton items. Many agents do not require items to be padded. Of course, some agents require every item to be padded, and they mean every item that is not boxed. This includes ice chests, milk crates, dog houses, workbenches, table saws, and the like. Most agents allow for top-load items such as Tupperware, ice chests, and other durable goods to load as is. See your warehouse manager to clear up any questions. This policy can be severely affected at peak season. The warehouse may run out of pads when this occurs. Paper pads may become necessary. This can also affect the way you load, as we discussed earlier. Many agents try to stay away from paper pad usage for vaulting, but they may use them in a pinch. Of course, some agents still employ paper pads on a daily basis. One of the many issues that occur within storage is that a customer may require a stored item after it is vaulted. This is called access. It can get expensive if the shipment is large and no record of what went into each vault is available. It is a pain in the neck and can tie up an area for days, creating warehouse headaches as well as loss and/or damage from excess handling. Many agents offer tracking in the form of a bingo sheet. Bingo sheets list the customer's name and particular vault numbers. This sheet is then attached to each vault. As an item is loaded, its number is X'd off the bingo sheet. If your entire order is recorded this way, the customer has a much easier time identifying the vault where their item is located. With this, only particular vaults are pulled and unloaded. It does take more time to perform this task initially, but it pays off in the end. Some agencies do charge an extra fee to the customer to do the bingo sheet. See your operations manager. During the course of loading, while using a bingo sheet, you may come across items not tagged. When these items are loaded, make a note on a separate sheet of paper. This can also apply to items disassembled for the move where not all parts or hardware were accounted for. These might be items like pianos, tables with legs off, or other items with parts not numbered that need to be accounted for. This is especially true if these parts are being loaded in separate containers. Make sure all of your bingo sheets have the customer's name, and that all sheets match up with the vaults assigned. Make sure you get the correct door back on its correct vault. Also, make sure overflow items are noted on your locator and bingo sheet. A couple of points to keep in mind during vaulting is that each vault will be moved and lifted via forklift. Therefore, it is vital that the container be kept reasonably balanced. You cannot put excessive weight on one side only. Excessively heavy items, such as pianos, should be loaded in the center and filled around with mattress cartons and other solid cartons. Large appliances should be loaded in the rear or center tiers. Solid cartons are great at the front. Try to avoid loading any flat items at the very front of your load. Instead, pull the wider tier behind them to the very front and load your flat items behind the wider tier. Customers do not want to see their headboard or mirror carton fall out of the vault when the door is removed at delivery. Remember that many roads have a crown. When vaults are delivered, they are actually tilting downward in most cases. Your vault can get someone seriously injured if you leave a flat, heavy booby trap at the very front of your vault, or if you load an extremely large piece at the very front. One final point. Don't cram any item in the top of your tiers. Your vault may have 1 or 2 vaults stacked on it after loading. Your crammed item will be crushed. It is self-defeating to have a shipment arrive in a warehouse in the course of a move, and then to suffer needless damage due to rushing the vaulting process, or forcing items into locations they don't fit. Items that fall out of vaults draw unwanted attention and comments from nervous customers. Lead people do not enjoy presenting crushed or damaged items to customers. It is important to remember that this shipment was loaded by your coworkers. If there is an issue, don't disparage your company in front of your customer. Agents will have different policies on what is vaulted and what is not. Items not vaulted will usually go into racks or other specific areas in the warehouse, depending upon what they are. Items commonly assigned to racks include upholstered furniture, tall ladders, canoes, kayaks, large rolled carpets, motorcycles, scooters, or any other item larger than a vault, as well as any item that would present a problem being delivered from a vault. For instance, some warehouse people store pianos separately. Agents may lock up firearms or other high-value items. See your warehouse person for further clarification. Any items not vaulted need to be tagged immediately in a minimum of 2 places. Once this is done, it will be placed in the storage location in the warehouse. Its location will be recorded and warehouse personnel will be informed. Do not lose a piece in the warehouse. Tape all ID tags securely with enough tape to last forever. Additional tape may be applied over shrink wrap to promote a solid seal. Remember, all warehousemen hate to find stray tags on the floor. There is a reason a list of non-vault items exists. Other than not being able to fit in a vault, these items often pose a safety risk delivered from a container on a flatbed trailer via walkboard. You will often be presented with situations involving pieces that will fall into these categories. It's helpful to ask the question, would I want to try and get this down a walkboard from a vault? Would it be safer to deliver this with a liftgate? Another situation may occur with a small number of boxes or cartons designated for early out. These boxes do not justify being vaulted. This order will simply be palletized, shrink-wrapped, and tagged in multiple locations as demonstrated with sofas and all other overflow items. This is very common during peak seasons when vaults become a precious commodity. Different agents may use different tag procedures. Regardless of the procedure, always make notes on the vault tag, the number of vaults, any vault not filled, any vault that is not balanced, any vault that has a separate or early delivery, or any vault with a piano or extremely heavy item. Remember, any vault that eventually delivers out, and they all do, will be delivered by a crew that likely has no idea how this shipment was containerized. By following these rules, and having everyone else follow these rules, we can make it safe for all parties involved. For the warehouse person pulling the order, to the crew delivering the shipment. You want no surprises for those delivering the vault, and no surprises for the customer. The object is to make the transfer from the move into storage and back to the move as seamless as possible. If you would like more training from Thomason Moving Training, many other titles are available, such as Inventory, Office Move Equipment and Etiquette, Van Loading and Tier Building, as well as more advanced titles such as Lead Man Training and Estimating. Please visit movingtraining.com to find out more, as well as order online. Thanks again, and good luck.